Have you ever stopped to think that something you've eaten your whole life, something everyone tells you is healthy, might actually be quietly working against your health right now? It's a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? We try our best to eat right, follow the advice we've always heard. But sometimes, as we get older, things change inside us, and the foods that were once fine, or even beneficial, can start to cause problems we might not even realize are linked. It's a painful reality when you feel that familiar energy dipping, or notice little aches and pains becoming more persistent, or just don't feel as sharp as you used to, and you can't quite put your finger on why. It feels unfair, especially when you think you're making healthy choices. What if I told you there's a particular fruit, one you probably eat regularly, that could be doing more harm than good for many men over 60? It's not that this fruit is poison. It's about how our changing bodies interact with it. In this video, we're going to uncover which fruit this is and why it might be less than ideal for your health in your later years, and what you can do about it. Understanding this one simple fact can make a surprising difference in how you feel day to day. Make sure you watch all the way to the end, because what we cover might just surprise you and change how you look at your fruit bowl forever. Let's dive right in and talk about this fruit that might not be your best friend anymore. Especially if you're a man over 60, the fruit I'm talking about, and this might come as a bit of a shock to some, is the banana. Yes, the humble banana. For years, we've heard how great bananas are, packed with potassium, a quick energy source, easy to eat, and they are, for many people, for much of their lives. But as we age, particularly for men entering their 60s and beyond, our bodies undergo shifts, and the way we process certain things changes. The primary issue with bananas, in this context, boils down mainly to their sugar content and how quickly that sugar can hit your bloodstream. A medium banana contains around 14 grams of sugar. While this is natural sugar, fructose and glucose, the amount is significant, especially when eaten on its own. As we get older, our insulin sensitivity can decrease. This means our bodies aren't quite as efficient at managing blood sugar levels after we eat, particularly after consuming foods high in sugar or easily digestible carbohydrates. When you eat a banana, especially a ripe one, those sugars are quickly absorbed, leading to a spike in blood sugar. For someone with good insulin sensitivity, their body handles this spike effectively, but for many men over 60, that rapid spike can be more challenging to control. Repeated blood sugar spikes over time can contribute to a number of health issues that become more prevalent with age, including increasing the risk of developing insulin resistance, which is a precursor to type 2 diabetes. But it's not just about diabetes risk. These sugar spikes and subsequent crashes can impact your energy levels, leading to that mid-morning or afternoon slump you might be all too familiar with. Instead of sustained energy, you get a quick lift followed by a noticeable dip, leaving you feeling more tired and less motivated. Beyond the sugar, there's also the impact on inflammation. High sugar intake, even from natural sources if the quantity is large and frequent, can contribute to chronic low-grade inflammation in the body. Inflammation is a silent force behind many age-related health problems, from joint pain and cardiovascular issues to cognitive decline and even prostate health concerns. While a single banana isn't going to cause a health crisis, regular consumption, perhaps one or two a day as a go-to snack, can add to the cumulative sugar load that your body is finding harder to manage effectively. Think of it like this. Your body's ability to process and buffer sugar is like a filter that gets a little less efficient over time. The more sugar you pour through that filter, the harder it has to work. And eventually, some of it starts to spill over or cause wear and tear. Bananas, being a concentrated source of quickly absorbed sugar, can put that filter under more strain than some other fruits. We also need to consider the fiber content. While bananas do contain fiber, particularly resistant starch in greener bananas, ripe bananas have less of this beneficial starch and more free sugars. The fiber that is present is mostly soluble fiber, which is good, but it may not be enough to completely counteract the sugar load for everyone, especially compared to fruits with a better sugar-to-fiber ratio. Another angle to consider is the effect on the gut microbiome. Our gut health is incredibly important for overall well-being, influencing everything from digestion and nutrient absorption to immune function and even mood. An imbalance in gut bacteria, often linked to dietary factors like high sugar intake, can contribute to inflammation and other systemic issues. While prebiotics in bananas can feed good bacteria, the high sugar content, if not properly managed by the body, can potentially feed less beneficial bacteria as well, leading to an imbalance for some individuals. For men over 60, digestive issues can become more common, and while fiber is generally good, a sudden influx of sugar can sometimes exacerbate problems like bloating or discomfort for sensitive individuals. It's a complex interplay, but the bottom line is that the rapid sugar load from a banana might not be serving your aging body as well as it once did, potentially contributing to blood sugar issues, energy crashes, inflammation, and putting extra strain on your metabolic system. Now, does this mean you should never eat a banana again? Absolutely not. It's about awareness and making informed choices. The quantity, ripeness, and what you eat the banana with all matter. Eating a very ripe banana on its own is likely to have a greater impact on your blood sugar than eating a slightly greener banana paired with a source of protein and healthy fat. Like a handful of nuts or Greek yogurt, the protein and fat help slow down the absorption of sugar, leading to a more gradual rise in blood sugar. It's also important to think about your individual health status. If you have prediabetes or diabetes, or struggle with weight management, the impact of the sugar in bananas might be more pronounced and something you definitely need to be mindful of. On the other hand, if you are very active and eat a balanced diet, your body might be able to handle a banana better. But for the average man over 60, who might be less active than in his younger years and whose metabolic function might be slowing down, being cautious with daily banana consumption, especially multiple bananas or large ones, is a wise consideration for long-term health and vitality. It's about understanding that even seemingly healthy foods have nuances, and what works at 20 or 40 might not be optimal at 60 or 70. Taking this idea further, it's not just about the banana itself, but the principle it represents, being mindful of the sugar load, even from fruit. As we age, our energy needs might decrease, and our bodies become less forgiving of excess sugar. This awareness extends to other high-sugar fruits as well, like mangoes, grapes, and dried fruits, which are particularly concentrated sources of sugar because the water has been removed. Think about a small box of raisins. It contains the sugar of a large number of grapes compressed into a small, easy-to-eat package, leading to a very rapid sugar spike. While these fruits offer vitamins and antioxidants, their high sugar content means they should be consumed in moderation, particularly for men over 60 who are focused on managing blood sugar, inflammation, and maintaining stable energy levels. Consider the impact on energy levels specifically. Many men in their 60s and beyond report feeling more fatigued or having less stamina than they used to. While there are many factors at play, diet, and particularly blood sugar regulation, plays a significant role. When your blood sugar crashes after a high-sugar meal or snack, it leaves you feeling drained and lethargic. By choosing fruits with a lower glycemic index, like berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, apples, pears, or citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruits, you provide your body with beneficial nutrients and fiber without the dramatic sugar spike and subsequent crash. These fruits release their sugars more slowly into the bloodstream, providing a more sustained energy release. Think about swapping that mid-morning banana for a handful of blueberries or a small apple with a few almonds. This small change can make a noticeable difference in maintaining steady energy throughout the day. It's not about eliminating fruit, far from it, but about being selective and strategic. Weight management is another area where being mindful of high-sugar fruits can be beneficial for men over 60. As metabolism tends to slow with age, it can be easier to gain weight, particularly around the midsection, which is linked to increased health risks. While fruit is generally lower in calories than processed snacks, the calories from sugar, if not burned off, contribute to weight gain. A daily banana might seem innocent, but those extra calories and the metabolic response to the sugar can add up over time. Choosing lower sugar, higher fiber fruits can help manage calorie intake more effectively and support weight management goals. Furthermore, maintaining a healthy weight is crucial for reducing the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even some types of cancer, all concerns that become more prominent as we age. Let's also touch upon cardiovascular health. High sugar intake is increasingly recognized as a significant risk factor for heart disease. Independent of weight, it can contribute to higher triglyceride levels, lower levels of good HDL cholesterol, and increase inflammation, all of which are detrimental to heart health. While the sugar in fruit is natural, the amount and how quickly it's absorbed are key. By opting for fruits with a lower sugar load and higher fiber, you're making a choice that supports a healthier heart and blood vessels as you age. It's about recognizing that health in your 60s and beyond requires a slightly different approach than in your younger years. Often emphasizing stable blood sugar and reduced inflammation, the seemingly small decision about which fruit to eat can have ripple effects throughout your body. So, we've talked about how a fruit like the banana, despite its general reputation, might not be the ideal daily staple for many men over 60 primarily due to its relatively high, quickly absorbed sugar content and the potential impact on blood sugar control, energy levels, inflammation, and weight management in an aging body. We also touched on how other high-sugar fruits or forms of fruit, like dried fruit, require similar consideration. But remember, this isn't about fear or deprivation. It's about empowerment through knowledge. You're not saying goodbye to fruit. You're just becoming a smarter consumer of it. Think of it as fine-tuning your diet for optimal performance in this phase of life. It's about choosing fruits with a better sugar-to-fiber ratio more often, being mindful of portion sizes, and considering when and what you eat your fruit with. Pairing fruit with protein or healthy fats can make a world of difference in how your body responds. Making small, consistent changes in your diet can have a surprisingly powerful impact on how you feel. Swapping out a daily banana for a bowl of berries or half an apple with a handful of walnuts isn't a huge sacrifice, but over time, it can contribute to more stable energy, better blood sugar control, reduced inflammation, and easier weight management. These aren't just abstract health markers. They translate into feeling more vibrant, having more stamina for the things you enjoy, reducing aches and pains, and generally living with greater comfort and independence. You have the power to influence your health trajectory. And sometimes, it's the seemingly simple choices that make the biggest difference. Don't feel discouraged. Feel empowered. Every healthy choice is a step towards a more enjoyable and fulfilling life in your later years. Taking control of your diet, understanding these nuances about foods like fruit, is a form of self-care that pays dividends. It shows respect for the incredible body you live in and helps ensure it serves you well for years to come. It's never too late to make positive changes. And even small adjustments can lead to noticeable improvements in your energy, mood, and overall physical well-being. So, instead of reaching for that banana purely out of habit, pause and consider if a handful of berries or an apple might be a better choice for your body right now. And if you do have a banana, maybe have just half, or pair it with some Greek yogurt or a small handful of almonds to help manage the sugar spike. These are practical, actionable steps you can take starting today. Thinking about this, I'd love to hear from you. What fruits are your go-to snacks? Were you surprised to hear about the potential downsides of bananas or other high-sugar fruits for men over 60? Share your thoughts, experiences, or any healthy fruit tips you have in the comments below. Your insights can be incredibly helpful to others in this community. If you found this information valuable and feel it could help someone you know, please give this video a like. It helps the video reach more people who can benefit from it. And importantly, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We share regular tips and insights on health and well-being, specifically for people in their 60s and beyond, helping you navigate this important phase of life with confidence and vitality. Don't miss out on future videos that can help you make informed choices for a healthier, happier life. Remember, age is just a number, and with the right knowledge and choices, you can live your best life at every age.